Hi friends, Dr. Wade here talking to you about going without food. Oh no, fasting. You either know someone, love someone, have someone in your life, an acquaintance or somebody that you found out is now fasting. Oh my gosh, they're going without food. This can't be right. They're going to starve. Wrong. Fasting is not starvation. Let's clear that up right up front. When you do a true fast, absence of food, maybe some type of an electrolyte solution or liquid, not bone broth. I'm not talking about a mini fast. I'm talking about an actual fast, no food. Growth hormone, human growth hormone goes up. Adrenaline goes up. Those are very muscle preserving hormones. True fasts improve your hormone profile. You go into a nice muscle preserving, anti-inflammatory, curative state. You are now healing. Your body's in a state of autophagy. It's now sloughing off precancerous cells. It's ramped that up. You need to look that up. Autophagy. AUTOPHAGY, if I spell that right. Autophagy. That's some really good stuff. Dry fasting versus liquid fasting. I don't know what type of fast your person is doing. Dry fasting is a very aggressive fast. That means no liquid, no food. Typically people do 24 to 48 hours. A liquid fast is where they might fast for, 48 to however many days they can go until they feel bad, and then they refeed. The most common fasting strategies that I use with my clients and my patients are 72 hours and 48 hours, and we combine those. And then on their between fastings, we'll do what's called OMAD, 1 meal a day, and I use that with our type 2 diabetics as well. Type 2 diabetes is completely curable with fasting and other strategies that allow for low carbohydrate consumption. Fasting is just a quick way, a fast way to heal and get rid of fat while preserving muscle, because muscle is the one thing that determines your cardiovascular health, and it determines if you're going to burn fat. And if you lose muscle, that's called sarcopenia when you get too skinny. You see that a lot in vegans, you see it in some vegetarians. That is such an unhealthy state to be in, because muscle preservation is key. You want good lean muscle mass on your body. Not excessive. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. No, you don't even have to exercise per se. Diet is first, exercise is second. Diet is Batman, exercise is Robin, okay? So all these people that are trying to get healthy and they're exercising their butts off in the gym and eating a crappy diet, and they think they're eating clean, like all these veggies and everything. That doesn't work, does it? No. In 30 days, I can turn your life around with proper fasting strategies. In 3 months, you'll be a brand new person. You'll be Slim Jim when you were tubby, 3 months prior. I'm not kidding. And it's safe. Unless you're taking like a blood sugar lowering medication. So if the person that you're involved with or know that if they're type 2 diabetic, now that's a whole different ballgame. It's still very simple to do. And within 3 weeks, they can be off all medications. We've seen it many times. But they have to be very careful, because they're not going to be eating anything. So if they take the medication when they're fasting, boom, they can go into hypoglycemia. That's not cool. That would be a concern. However, for everyone else, simply going without food is not dangerous. Can they have symptoms? Absolutely. They've probably been storing crap in their system for years. And I've seen everything from headache is number one, malaise, fatigue, sweats. Sometimes they temperature changes, hair falls out. That happens with you if you shock your system changing it into any kind of diet. But you know what? It's all temporary. And not everybody does that. It depends on your health going in. If you've got a lot of crap stored, and you can guess where your crap is stored. Pollutants are stored in your fat tissue. Your fat is 60% water. The remainder of it is lipid type material. So that's why you can go without food and water. This 3-day rule, 3 days without, or the rule of threes, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. That's crap. I have people fasting 30 days. Jesus fasted 40 days, 40 nights. Didn't lose an ounce of muscle, I bet, too. Okay? He was thin, I bet. So, hey, don't worry about your person fasting. Support them. Love them. Give them encouragement, because they're in an unnatural state and they're trying to return to a more natural state. So, yes, fasting is not necessarily natural. It's an unnatural situation they're in, so we're using this unnatural thing to get them back. Unnatural, although healthy, because we did, and I probably shouldn't use the word unnatural, because back in the day when we were in hunter-gatherer mode there, before agriculture settled us down, we ate primarily, meat, well over, and even today, indigenous populations, 65% of their calories come from meat product, animal-based nutrition. And back in the hunter-gatherer days, that's the way it was. We didn't sit around eating like apes. We don't. We're not attracted to vegetation. That's very, very, very new to us, fruits and vegetables. We hunted and we ate, and then we fasted because we had to wait for the next kill. So our body's meant to go without food until we got the next kill, right? We're still designed that way. So when we overconsume anything, yes, we tend to store it as food. When you quit eating food, we quit giving your body fuel, then it uses what's stored in the liver, okay? Once that's gone, that blood sugar, that glycogen is out of the liver, then your body goes to its reserves and starts roasting your own fat. Now, when you get lean, you don't need to do prolonged fasts. So when your person that you're involved with gets very lean, once you support them well enough and you're like, congratulations, because it's hard to do. It is. They're going to be surrounded by people like you going, oh my gosh. And they're going to be, you're probably even going to want to say, honey, I wanted to go, if you're the wife. Because I've experienced this, well, I thought we were going to eat on Friday. We always eat on Friday. Well, okay. So when I get there, when I get all my weight off, yeah, we're going to return to that. So give them that short period of time to get where they want to go, get where they want to be. And then, yeah, when they get lean, they can start eating a normal caloric load again. They'll be able to fix it with fasting. You can still go to all the social events and everything. And then they'll probably fast 1 or 2 days after. Or you'll notice that they're just not going to want to eat all day long. That's very unnatural. Right now, you have food addictions. That's normal because every time you eat a carbohydrate, within 2 hours, it's going to ask for more. Your insulin goes up, and then when it starts to come down, your body goes, I want that. I want it. It lights up the same part of your brain cocaine does. Carbohydrates do. So, yeah, it's a drug. So, fasting denotes detoxation. So when you're detoxing, when you're getting that out of your system, you can have withdrawals, and your friend's probably going to go through that if they haven't already. That's why I would recommend you give them support. Just know, number one, it's safe. It's not unsafe. Okay, it's very healthy, and they're returning to a more natural state. And once they're there, they don't have to do all these prolonged fasts. That's just kind of an unnatural thing, really. I mean, especially about today's standards, because nobody fasts today. Nobody even knows about it anymore. But now they figured it out. They've learned it, and now they're going to use it. And we're designed to do that. Our genetics are designed to do that. It's how we heal. And it's also now, because we're so overweight, it's how we can heal and get rid of body fat and return to a normal physiologic state. Very healthy, very vibrant, very energetic. Back to normal. That feels so good too. I've enjoyed using fasting strategies. I no longer have food addictions, and life is good. I can focus on other things, and I still partake in parties and everything. I mean, I just ate some cake and some cookies the other night at one of my company events. It's okay. Your person's not changing. They're going through a change, but they're not going to turn into this health nut where they only eat they're going to go without food until they get their fat reserves off their body and then healthy. So if they have other conditions, they're going to get healthier. Cardiac, digestive, chronic aches and pains, joint conditions, arthritis, they're going to get healthier. Watch what happens, because they're going to be getting rid of their inflammation, which is pretty much the source of most chronic disease. And so is it going to be easy for them? Probably not. It does get easier, and they get to the points where they really feel good. And then they're going to have some rough periods. That's okay. You need to be in support of them. I highly suggest just giving them that encouragement, And if you wanted to do it right along with them, fantastic. You have your own goals, your own ideas, you have your own way of thinking. I'm just telling you that, number one, they're safe. They're okay. And I'm asking of you to just support them. Try not to enable them. Don't trick them. Don't go get their favorite food and go, I know you're fasting, right? And don't eat right behind. I mean, you can if you want. If you want to torture them, go right ahead. That's fine. I've been through it all. In fact, what I do now, you'll appreciate this, is I'm not doing many prolonged fasts, but like when I was, my wife loves omelets. And so at the 48th hour, which was just kind of the tough point, I'm like, you want an omelet? I'm going to make it for you. And I love omelets. And I even made like the meat lovers type thing. I love meat, right? So that was like a therapy for me. In the middle of a fast, I made her, an omelet. I cooked for my kids or something like that, So for those of you who are fasting, I suggest you do that. Head them off with the fast and suck it up, man. It's like a therapy. It's like self-development times on steroids. Okay. Oh, and by the way, you might even feel like you're pretty jacked too. and again, that's your own body's hormones kicking in a good way, in a very good way. So just know fasting is safe. It's okay. Support them, love them, and that's it, guys. Any more questions you might have, please hit me below. I also have a blog written on what's this keto and fasting thing. You can see, I think I've got a link on that below. Learn more about it. I suggest you do. Physicians, and we're all, and physical therapists, and all of us, and nutritionists, we're all trained in the mainstream. So we had to reach out and use our brains, use our knowledge, use our smarts, if you will, to go get new knowledge that works, because mainstream stuff that we're taught doesn't. We're still taught that if they have total cholesterol over 200, they need to be on a statin. That doesn't work. We're taught that we need to be eating multiple times a day and whole grain and all this stuff, and that doesn't work. So we've had to really work to reestablish truth. So your physicians and your healthcare professionals are still going to probably say meat's bad for you, fasting, oh my gosh, you can't go a day without food. Yeah, so if you go get your physician's input on this, beware, because they may be in the know, they may not be. Hopefully over the next 5 years, from the time of this video, most of them will be in the know. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of money in fasting, because guess what? Your grocery bill, if this is your husband or spouse or your wife, well, which all means the same thing, or family member, your grocery bill is going to go down. Yay! Click below and comment below. Subscribe. Love talking on this subject. Hope this helps you, and look forward to connecting with you again.